Oldest R&B stars who are over 80 to 100 years old, 2025. Imagine being a living legend, someone whose music has shaped decades and continues to inspire millions, even after 80 years. These R&B icons aren't just surviving, they're thriving, defying age and time with voices that still captivate audiences worldwide. From Diana Ross to Berry Gordy, their influence is undeniable. But here's the shocking truth. Many of them are still actively performing, creating and influencing music today. Want to know how they're still rocking the world? Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below, and let's dive deep into the untold stories of these incredible stars who refuse to fade away. Diana Ross. At 80 years old, Diana Ross remains one of the most iconic and influential figures in music history. Born on July 4, 1944 in Detroit, Michigan, she rose to stardom as the lead singer of the Supremes, one of the most successful girl groups of all time. Formed in 1959, the Supremes were part of the Motown label, and under Ross's leadership, they became the best-selling female group in music history, with 12 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, including classics like Baby Love Stop in the Name of Love and You Can't Hurry. Love. The Supremes defined an era dominating the charts during the 1960s and earning a place in music history. In 1970, Diana Ross made the bold decision to leave the Supremes and embark on a solo career. Her debut solo album, Diana Ross 1970, proved to be a successful transition thanks to hits like Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which became her first #1 song as a solo artist. Over the years, Ross continued to release successful albums including Touch Me in the Morning 1973 and Diana 1980, which featured the chart-topping single Upside Down. Throughout her career, she would go on to release 26 studio albums, solidifying her position as one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Ross is not only celebrated for her musical achievements, but also for her contributions to film and television. Her portrayal of Billie Holiday in the 1972 film Lady Sings the Blues earned her a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award nomination, making her the first African-American actress to receive an Oscar nomination for a debut film role. This marked the beginning of a successful film career that included Mahogany 1975 and The Wiz 1978. Even at 80, Diana Ross continues to captivate audiences with her electrifying presence. In 2023, she embarked on her Music Legacy Tour, celebrating her long-lasting career and iconic hits. The tour, which spanned the United States, included a performance at London's Royal Albert Hall and received rave reviews. Her 2023 album, Thank You, received a Grammy nomination and is another testament to her relevance in today's music world. Diana Ross's enduring influence extends beyond music. As a trailblazer for African-American women in music and entertainment, she continues to inspire artists across generations. Her legacy is defined not only by her success, but also by her powerful voice, impeccable style, and unwavering commitment to her craft, ensuring that Diana Ross will always remain an indomitable force in the music industry. Patti LaBelle. Born on May 24, 1944 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Patti LaBelle is an enduring figure in the world of R&B, soul, and pop music. LaBelle's musical journey began at the young age of 16 when she won a talent competition at John Bartram High School, which led to the formation of her first group, the Ordettes, later renamed LaBelle. In the 1970s, LaBelle and her group achieved success with the massive hit Lady Marmalade, which became one of the most iconic songs of the era and solidified their place in pop culture. As LaBelle's career progressed, she began to move beyond group work and embarked on a highly successful solo career. In 1977, she released her debut solo album, Patti LaBelle, which included the hit song You Are My Friend. But it was in the 1980s that LaBelle truly became a household name with songs like If Only You Knew New Attitude and Stir It Up. These tracks demonstrated her incredible vocal range, emotional depth, and ability to connect with audiences. Her 1992 Grammy Award for Burnin' marked a significant milestone in her solo career, and she would win a second Grammy for her live album, Live One Night Only. Beyond her music, Patti LaBelle has become a cultural icon known for her strong sense of self and her electrifying stage presence. She has ventured into acting, making notable appearances in TV shows like A Different World and American Horror Story Freak Show, and films such as A Soldier's Story. Her successful entrepreneurship includes the launch of her own brand of food products, particularly her sweet potato pie, which became a viral sensation in 2015 after a YouTube review led to Walmart selling one pie every second for 72 hours. In 2024, as she celebrated her 80th birthday, Patti LaBelle announced the release of her new album, 80 or 65, marking both her 80 years of life and 65 years in music. This album serves as a tribute to the impact she has had on both the music world and pop culture. LaBelle continues to perform around the world, captivating audiences with her timeless voice and passion. Her legacy as the godmother of soul is solidified by her chart-topping hits, her philanthropic efforts, and her commitment to bringing soul music into the hearts of listeners everywhere. Gladys Knight. At 80 years old, Gladys Knight remains one of the most beloved and influential voices in soul and R&B. Born on May 28, 1944 in Atlanta, Georgia, Knight began her musical journey at a young age, forming her first group, Gladys Knight and the Pips, in the 1950s. The group achieved success in the 1960s with hits like I Heard It Through the Grapevine and Midnight Train to Georgia, the latter of which became one of her signature songs. Known for her powerful and emotive vocal style, Knight quickly earned the title of the Empress of Soul. Knight's career spans over 6 decades, and she has earned numerous accolades, including 7 Grammy Awards and countless chart-topping hits. Her song, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame for its artistic and historical significance. In 1996, Knight and the Pips were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for their contributions to the genre. Despite announcing a farewell tour in 2009, Gladys Knight continues to perform regularly, delighting fans with her live shows. In 2022, she brought her timeless music to the stage with an unforgettable performance in the UK. Throughout her career, Knight has also ventured into acting, making appearances on shows like The Jeffersons, A Different World, and Living Single. Gladys Knight's influence extends far beyond music. She has also been a passionate advocate for various causes, including health and wellness, and was inducted into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame in 2021. Even at 80, she continues to inspire with her powerful voice, and her performances remain a testament to the enduring power of soul music. Eddie Levert. Eddie Levert, born on June 16, 1942, is a celebrated American R&B singer, best known as the lead vocalist of the O'Jays, one of the most influential soul groups of the 1970s. With his powerful baritone voice, Levert helped to define the sound of Philadelphia soul, contributing to some of the most iconic songs of the era. As the frontman of the O'Jays, Levert was at the helm of a series of chart-topping hits, including the unforgettable Love Train and Backstabbers, both of which remain staples of the R&B genre. Their music, marked by rich harmonies and poignant lyrics, became synonymous with the Philadelphia International Records sound, which blended smooth soul with socially conscious themes. In 1992, Levert released the album Baby Hold On to Me, which became a commercial success, and featured a collaboration with his son Gerald Levert, marking a significant moment in R&B history. The song Baby Hold On to Me became a #1 hit on the Billboard R&B charts. This father-son collaboration showcased Eddie Levert's continued relevance in the industry and deepened his legacy. The O'Jays were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2005, and in 2009, they received the BET Lifetime Achievement Award. Levert's commitment to his craft and his enduring vocal talent has kept him active as a solo artist and as a member of the O'Jays, where he continues to tour and perform. Even in his 80s, Levert remains a prominent figure in soul and R&B, celebrated not only for his music, but for his contributions to the genre's cultural impact. His dedication to his fans and his craft proves that age has not diminished the passion and energy that Lever brings to the stage. Carla Thomas. Carla Thomas, born on December 21, 1942 in Memphis, Tennessee, is a revered American singer often called the Queen of Memphis Soul. Born into a musical family, her father, Rufus Thomas, was a prominent entertainer and a significant influence on Carla's early interest in music. Carla's career took off in the early 1960s when she signed with Stax Records, an iconic label that produced some of the greatest soul music of the era. Her breakout hit, Gee Whiz, Look at His Eyes, released in 1960, quickly became a major success, earning her a place among the leading figures in R&B and soul music. Throughout the 1960s, Carla Thomas continued to release a string of successful singles, including Baby, which became one of her signature songs and solidified her place in soul history. One of her most notable collaborations was with Otis Redding on the album King and Queen 1967, which included their duet Tramp, a song that has become a classic in the soul genre. Their chemistry in the studio was palpable, and their collaboration is remembered as one of the most significant in the history of Memphis soul. Despite stepping back from the spotlight in the 1970s, Carla Thomas remained an active participant in the music scene, releasing albums and touring occasionally. Her contributions to music were long recognized, and in 1994 she released a greatest hits compilation revisiting her iconic work from the 1960s. Thomas also returned to the studio in the early 2000s, showcasing her enduring vocal prowess with the 2002 live album Carla Thomas Live at the Bohemian Caverns. In 2021, she was featured on Valerie June's song Call Me a Fool, which earned a Grammy nomination for Best American Roots Song. Now, at 82, Carla Thomas continues to be revered for her soulful voice and her contributions to the development of Southern soul and R&B. She remains an important figure in the legacy of Memphis music and continues to inspire new generations of artists who admire her powerful vocals and her role in shaping the sound of an era. Her timeless hits, coupled with her enduring influence in music, ensure that Carla Thomas's legacy as a foundational figure in soul music will remain intact for generations to come. Martha Reeves. Martha Reeves, born on July 18, 1941 in Detroit, Michigan, is one of the most beloved figures in Motown history. Known as the lead vocalist of Martha and the Vandellas, she played an instrumental role in shaping the sound of 1960s soul and R&B. Growing up in a gospel-singing family, Reeves was introduced to music at an early age, which would later become the foundation of her career. In the early 1960s, after working at the famous Hitsville, USA, Reeves found herself in the right place at the right time. She was discovered while working as a secretary at Motown, and was invited to step in and sing backup vocals for other Motown artists, which eventually led to her becoming the lead singer of Martha and the Vandellas. The group's breakthrough came with the release of their hit song Love is Like a Heat Wave in 1963, which became an instant classic and put Martha and the Vandellas at the forefront of the Motown label. Their signature sound, a combination of high-energy performances and irresistible rhythms, helped define the Motown sound that dominated the charts throughout the 1960s. Other major hits include Dancing in the Street, Nowhere to Run, and Jimmy Mack, all of which remain iconic songs of the era. Martha and the Vandellas became one of the most successful Motown groups of their time with 6 top 10 hits and multiple gold records. Although the group disbanded in the early 1970s, Reeves continued her career as a solo artist, releasing several albums. Beyond her music career, Martha Reeves also ventured into politics, serving as a Detroit City Councilwoman from 2005 to 2009, further solidifying her legacy as an influential figure in both music and civic life. Now in her 80s, Martha Reeves continues to perform and be a strong presence in the R&B and soul community. In 2024, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, joining other Motown legends like Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson. Her voice remains one of the most recognizable in soul music, and her influence is still felt in the music industry today. Despite the passing decades, Martha Reeves is a living testament to the power of Motown and the timeless appeal of soul music. Ronald Isley. At 83 years old, Ronald Isley remains one of the most iconic and enduring figures in the world of R&B and soul music. Born on May 21, 1941 in Cincinnati, Ohio, Isley began his career at a young age performing with his brothers in the legendary group the Isley Brothers. Initially gaining fame in the 1950s, the group made their mark with their 1959 hit Shout a Song that would go on to become a classic in both R&B and rock music. Over the decades, the Isley Brothers evolved from doo-wop to soul to funk, all the while maintaining their place in the music industry. Ronald Isley's signature falsetto voice became a defining feature of the Isley Brothers' sound, helping them score a string of hits that transcended genres. Songs like Between the Sheets for the Love of You and Footsteps in the Dark became soulful anthems beloved by fans for their smooth melodies and heartfelt lyrics. As the lead vocalist and frontman of the group, Ronald Isley helped create some of R&B's most influential tracks with the band's fusion of soul, funk, and rock, making them a dominant force in the music world for decades. In addition to his work with the Isley Brothers, Ronald Isley has had a successful solo career, which includes his 1990 hit, This Old Heart of Mine Is Weak for You, a collaboration with Rod Stewart. He also ventured into collaborating with artists like Tupac Shakur, R. Kelly, and Warren G., expanding his influence and versatility across various genres. The Isley Brothers were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992, and their music continues to resonate with fans old and new. In 2022, they released Make Me Say It Again, Girl, an album that celebrated their legacy and introduced their sound to a new generation of listeners. Isley's influence in the music world is undeniable, and despite the years, he remains active, recording and performing, ensuring that his iconic voice continues to captivate audiences around the world. Ronald Isley's remarkable career, marked by musical innovation and enduring relevance, solidifies his place as one of the most influential voices in R&B history. His ability to adapt with the times while staying true to the soul and rhythm that made him famous ensures that his legacy will continue to inspire future generations of artists. Otis Williams. Otis Williams, born on October 30th, 1941 in Texarkana, Texas, is one of the most influential figures in the history of R&B, best known as the founding member of The Temptations, a group that became synonymous with soul music. Williams's passion for music began in his early years, and he formed several singing groups before meeting the future members of The Temptations in 1959. Initially called the Elgins, they eventually changed their name to The Temptations when they signed with Motown in 1961. As the only remaining original member, Otis Williams has played a key role in maintaining the group's legacy. The Temptations became one of the most successful and influential groups in the history of popular music, with Williams serving as the backbone of their sound. The group's unique blend of soul, funk, and pop, combined with their flawless choreography, made them an international sensation. Hits like My Girl, Just My Imagination, and Ain't Too Proud to Beg solidified their place in the R&B pantheon. With their sophisticated harmonies and unforgettable melodies, The Temptations won 4 Grammy Awards and earned 14 #1 hits on the Billboard R&B charts. Throughout their career, Williams navigated numerous lineup changes, but his commitment to preserving the group's legacy has kept The Temptations going strong. Despite these changes, Williams, who often served as the group's leader and spokesperson, has remained at the helm, ensuring that The Temptations' iconic sound continues to thrive. In 2022, they released Temptation 60, an album celebrating 6 decades of music, featuring a collaboration with Motown legend Smokey Robinson. Williams' contributions to music were recognized with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2021, he was inducted into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. At 83, Williams continues to perform with The Temptations, making sure their legendary music lives on. His unwavering dedication to the group, its sound, and its legacy makes him one of the most enduring figures in R&B history. Aaron Neville. Aaron Neville, born on January 24, 1941 in New Orleans. Louisiana is a renowned American singer known for his distinctive voice and contributions to R&B, soul, and gospel music. Neville's career began in the early 1960s, but it wasn't until his breakout hit Tell It Like It Is in 1967 that he gained widespread recognition. The song, which topped the Billboard R&B charts for 5 weeks, established Neville as one of the most unique voices in soul music. His deep emotional delivery and soulful falsetto set him apart from his contemporaries, and his ability to convey raw emotion in his performances made him a beloved figure in American music. Over the years, Neville expanded his range, collaborating with various artists and genres, including pop, gospel, and country music. His 1989 collaboration with Linda Ronstadt on the album Cry Like a Rainstorm Howl, Like the Wind, brought Neville further acclaim, with the duo scoring the Grammy-winning hit Don't Know Much and earning multiple platinum certifications. This cross-genre success only further cemented Neville's place in the music world, showcasing his versatility as an artist. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Neville continued to release solo albums, including his critically acclaimed 1993 album, The Grand Tour, which further explored his love of soul and gospel music. As a solo artist, Neville earned 4 Grammy Awards and sold millions of records worldwide. His musical style, a blend of deep Southern soul, gospel, and pop, appealed to a broad audience, making him one of the most cherished vocalists of his generation. Aaron Neville's legacy extends beyond his music. He is also celebrated for his contributions to the New Orleans community and his advocacy for preserving the city's cultural heritage. In 2021, Neville announced his retirement from touring, but even at the age of 84, his influence on soul and R&B music is undeniable. His voice, one of the most recognizable in music history, continues to inspire new generations of musicians and fans alike. Aaron Neville's enduring impact on the music world remains a testament to the timeless power of soul music. Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick, born on December 12, 1940 in East Orange, New Jersey, is an iconic American singer, actress, and television host widely regarded as one of the most influential vocalists of the 20th century. Warwick's career spans over 6 decades, and she is celebrated for her smooth, emotive voice, which effortlessly blends soul pop and R&B. Dionne's musical journey began in the early 1960s, but it was her partnership with renowned composer Burt Bacharach and lyricist Hal David that propelled her to international fame. The trio produced a series of timeless hits with Dionne Warwick, becoming the voice of their sophisticated, catchy melodies. Some of her most memorable songs include Walk On, By I Say a Little Prayer, Do You Know the Way to San Jose, and Alfie. These tracks not only defined an era, but also helped to shape the sound of pop and soul music in the 1960s and 1970s. Over the years, Dionne has released over 50 albums and scored numerous chart-topping hits, becoming one of the most successful vocalists of the 1960s and 1970s. Her voice became synonymous with elegance, and she was regarded as a trailblazer for African-American women in pop music, earning a dedicated following around the world. Warwick's influence extends beyond her musical achievements. She became a beloved figure in pop culture, appearing in a variety of television shows and films. Her numerous accolades include 6 Grammy Awards, and she was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2002. In 2019, Warwick was honored with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizing her decades of contributions to music. Even at 84, Dionne Warwick remains an active figure in the entertainment industry. She continues to perform record and advocate for causes close to her heart. Her legacy is not only defined by her stunning vocal abilities, but by her lasting impact on pop, soul, and R&B music, influencing generations of artists and solidifying her place as one of the greatest voices in modern music history. Fred Cash. Fred Cash, born on October 8, 1940 in Chicago, Illinois, is an American soul singer best known for his long tenure with the influential group The Impressions, which became one of the pillars of 1960s soul music. Cash's smooth, rich harmonies were a cornerstone of The Impressions' distinct sound, and he played a significant role in the group's success during the 1960s and 1970s. along with members like Curtis Mayfield Cash, helped to create some of the most enduring songs of the era, blending gospel influences with R&B and pop to produce a style that resonated deeply with audiences. The Impressions are perhaps most famous for their hits, People Get Ready and Keep On Pushing, both of which became anthems of hope and perseverance during the civil rights movement. The group's songs often carried strong social and political messages, reflecting the struggles and triumphs of the African American community during a time of profound change. People Get Ready in particular is regarded as one of the greatest soul songs ever recorded and was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame for its lasting artistic and historical significance. Cash's contributions to the group continued as the Impressions transitioned into the 1970s, with songs like We're a Winner and Check Out Your Mind, further solidifying their place in soul music history. Despite lineup changes over the years, Cash remained a steady presence within the group, keeping the vocal harmonies intact and ensuring the group's unique sound continued to thrive. In 1991, the Impressions were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for their groundbreaking contributions to music. Their influence can be heard in the work of countless artists who followed, particularly those in the soul, R&B, and pop genres. At 84, Fred Cash continues to be a revered figure in soul music, celebrated for his powerful vocal contributions to one of the most important groups in music history. His legacy as a member of the Impressions is secure, and his work continues to inspire new generations of listeners who are drawn to the timeless, uplifting power of soul music. Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson, born on February 19, 1940 in Detroit, Michigan, is one of the most legendary and influential figures in the history of R&B and soul music. As a singer-songwriter and record producer, Robinson not only helped define the Motown sound, but also became its leading figure during the 1960s. He was the frontman of the Miracles, the first group signed to Motown Records, and the driving force behind some of the most iconic songs in pop and soul music history. Robinson's vocal style, marked by his smooth falsetto and emotive delivery, helped set the tone for Motown's success. With hits like You Really Got a Hold on Me, I Second That Emotion, and Tears of a Clown. The Miracles achieved widespread popularity, with Robinson's songwriting talents proving just as influential. His ability to craft memorable, emotionally resonant lyrics made him one of the most sought-after songwriters in the industry. Robinson wrote and produced some of Motown's most enduring classics, including hits for Mary Wells, The Temptations, The Supremes, and Marvin Gaye. In addition to his success with the Miracles, Robinson's solo career took off in the 1970s with songs like Cruisin' and Being With You. His transition to a solo artist further cemented his place as one of R&B's all-time greats. Robinson's contributions to music were recognized with numerous accolades, including 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one for his work with the Miracles and one for his solo career. In 1987, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Miracles. As of 2025, Robinson, now 85 years old, continues to perform and inspire. His most recent album, GMS 2023, marked his first new release in nearly a decade, showing that his creative output remains as strong as ever. Robinson's legacy as one of the architects of Motown and his influence on soul and R&B music continue to resonate, ensuring that his voice and songwriting will forever be woven into the fabric of music history. Candy Staton. Candy Staton, born on March 13, 1940 in Huntsville, Alabama, is an American singer whose career spans decades and genres from gospel and soul to disco and contemporary gospel. Staton's musical journey began in church, where she was immersed in gospel music, but her commercial breakthrough came when she signed with the Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. In 1968, her debut single, Tell Daddy, marked the beginning of her successful career in soul music. Her biggest breakthrough came in 1970 with the release of her cover of Tammy Wynette's Stand By Your Man, which became a hit and established Staton as a key figure in the Southern soul scene. She followed this with hits like In the Ghetto, a song she co-wrote which showcased her powerful emotional voice. Staton's ability to deliver raw, soulful performances made her a standout artist during the era. In the mid-1970s, Staton transitioned into the disco era with her smash hit Young Hearts Run Free in 1976. The track, which became an international club anthem, helped her gain recognition in the disco world and remains one of her most well-known songs. Staton's success in both soul and disco demonstrated her versatility as an artist able to navigate different genres while staying true to her soulful roots. Throughout the 1980s, Staton continued to release successful albums and moved towards contemporary gospel, releasing several gospel albums that received critical acclaim. She earned Grammy nominations for her gospel work and became a well-respected figure in the gospel music community. Candi Staton's legacy is marked by her remarkable voice and her ability to blend soul, gospel, and disco seamlessly. At 85 years old, she remains a beloved figure in the world of R&B and gospel music. Staton continues to perform and is celebrated for her deep, passionate voice, which remains as powerful as ever. Her influence on Southern soul and disco music has earned her a place among the greats, and her enduring appeal ensures that her music will continue to inspire future generations. Jerry Butler Jr. Jerry Butler Jr., born on December 8, 1939 in Sunflower, Mississippi, is a legendary American soul singer, songwriter, and producer, often hailed as one of the pioneers of the Chicago soul sound. Butler's musical journey began in the late 1950s, when he was part of the influential group The Impressions alongside Curtis Mayfield. Their groundbreaking hit, For Your Precious Love, 1958, became an anthem for the soul genre, and Butler's smooth tenor voice became synonymous with emotional ballads and romantic soul. After leaving The Impressions in 1960, Jerry Butler launched a highly successful solo career that spanned several decades. His 1960 hit, He Will Break Your Heart, became a classic, further solidifying his place in the soul music pantheon. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Butler continued to release chart-topping singles including Only the Strong, Survive a Song that became his signature, and remains a staple of soul music. Butler's smooth, soulful voice combined with his ability to convey deep emotion earned him a string of hits throughout his career. He became one of the most successful and respected artists in R&B, known for his rich vocal delivery and ability to cross between traditional soul pop and even gospel music. His contributions to the genre were recognized when he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991 as a member of The Impressions, and later in 2015, he was inducted into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. In addition to his successful music career, Jerry Butler also became involved in politics, serving as a member of the Cook County Board of Commissioners for over 30 years. Butler's dual impact on both the music industry and public service makes him a unique figure in the entertainment world. Now 85 years old, Jerry Butler remains an enduring voice in soul music. His legacy as one of the founding fathers of Chicago soul and his continued influence on modern soul artists ensures that his contributions to music will be remembered for generations to come. Mavis Staples. Mavis Staples, born on July 10, 1939 in Chicago, Illinois, is an American rhythm and blues and gospel singer who has had a profound impact on the world of soul, gospel, and civil rights music. Known for her powerful voice and inspiring performances, Staples first gained prominence as a member of her family's group, the Staples Singers, alongside her father, Roebuck Pop Staples, and her siblings. The group, formed in the late 1940s, became one of the most influential gospel and soul groups of the 20th century, blending spiritual themes with a socially conscious message that resonated with a wide audience. The Staples Singers achieved success in the 1960s and 1970s with chart-topping hits such as I'll Take You There, Let's Do It Again, and Respect Yourself. These songs, powered by Mavis's commanding voice, became anthems for both the civil rights movement and the soul genre, with lyrics that called for unity, self-respect, and social justice. Mavis's role as the lead vocalist helped elevate the group's music, making her one of the most important figures in gospel and soul music. Mavis Staples' solo career began in the late 1960s, and she released her first solo album in 1969. Throughout the decades, she continued to release albums that mixed gospel, soul, blues, and rock influences, showcasing her incredible vocal range and emotional depth. Her 2010 album, You Are Not Alone, marked a pivotal moment in her solo career, earning critical acclaim and topping the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart. This album was produced by Jeff Tweedy of Wilco, and it signaled a new phase in Staples' music career, drawing in younger generations of fans while honoring her roots in gospel and soul. Mavis's work has garnered her 3 Grammy Awards, including one for her contribution to Album of the Year in 2008, for her feature on John Baptiste's album We Are. She was also awarded the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Honors Award in 2019. Her contributions to music, particularly her powerful voice and her ability to blend music with activism, have earned her a place as one of the most respected figures in the music industry. Now, at 85, Mavis Staples continues to perform and inspire, bringing her message of love, unity, and justice to audiences worldwide. Her music transcends generations, and her unwavering commitment to her craft and her social justice causes ensures that Mavis Staples remains an enduring figure in American music. Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter, born on January 14, 1936 in Montgomery, Alabama, is one of the most influential and respected figures in the world of Southern soul and rhythm and blues. Known for his deep, powerful voice and distinctive guitar playing, Carter has made an indelible mark on the soul music genre, particularly during the 1960s and 1970s. His musical journey began with a stint as part of the duo Clarence and Calvin, but it was his solo career that brought him widespread recognition. In 1968, Clarence Carter's breakthrough came with the release of his hit single, Tell Daddy, which gained him significant attention in the R&B world. However, it was his 1970 release of Slip Away that became his most iconic hit, reaching number 2 on the R&B charts and solidifying his place in the pantheon of soul music legends. Carter's unique mix of deep, soulful vocals with a smooth, bluesy style set him apart from other artists in the genre. His signature sound was further cemented by songs like Patches, which became a massive hit in 1970, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning him a gold disc. Despite the rise of disco and other genres in the late 1970s, Clarence Carter maintained his relevance with a string of successful albums, including Snatching It Back, 1969, and The Feeling Is Right, 1974. His 1971 hit, Patches, became one of his signature songs, and the ballad continues to be a soul classic to this day. Though his popularity waned somewhat during the 1980s, Clarence Carter never lost his place in the hearts of his fans. He continued to release albums and tour, and his work is still regarded as foundational in the development of Southern soul music. Today, at the age of 89, Clarence Carter's contribution to R&B and soul remains widely recognized, and his classic hits continue to inspire new generations of music lovers and artists alike. Herb Alpert. Herb Alpert, born on March 31, 1935 in Los Angeles, California, is an American trumpeter, composer, record producer, and entrepreneur whose career spans over 6 decades. He is best known as the leader of the Tijuana Brass, the band that became synonymous with the genre of Latin-influenced pop and instrumental music in the 1960s. Alpert's success as a musician is matched only by his entrepreneurial achievements, particularly in his co-founding of the influential A&M Records, a label that signed some of the biggest names in pop rock and jazz. Alpert's musical career took off in the early 1960s with the formation of Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, a group that combined jazz pop and Latin music to create a unique and appealing sound. The band's first album, The Lonely Bull, was a hit, but it was their follow-up Whipped Cream and Other Delights 1965 that propelled them to international fame. The album's cover became one of the most iconic images in music history, and the single A Taste of Honey earned Alpert his first Grammy Award for Best Instrumental Arrangement. Alpert's distinctive trumpet playing and musical vision led to a string of chart-topping hits, including This Guy's in Love with You, and Rise the Ladder of which became his biggest solo hit in 1979, topping the Billboard Hot 100. Alpert's success was not limited to performing. As co-founder of A&M Records with Jerry Moss in 1962, he helped shape the careers of legendary artists like the Carpenters' Cat Stevens and Sergio Mendes. A&M Records went on to become one of the most successful independent labels in the world, eventually being sold to Universal Music in 1999 for a reported $400 million. In addition to his musical achievements, Herb Alpert is also a talented visual artist and philanthropist. His interest in art led to a second career as a painter and sculptor, and he has donated millions of dollars to various causes, particularly in education and the arts. His charitable foundation, the Herb Alpert Foundation, has been instrumental in supporting music and arts programs for underprivileged youth. Now in his 89th year, Herb Alpert continues to perform and create music. His most recent album, Steppin' Out 2020, showcased his continued vitality as a musician and his ability to connect with modern audiences. Herb Alpert's enduring legacy in music and his contributions to the industry ensure that he remains an influential figure both as an artist and a visionary who helped shape the landscape of modern music. Ruby Nash Garnett. Ruby Nash Garnett, born on June 15, 1934 in Cleveland, Ohio, is an American singer best known as the lead vocalist of Ruby and the Romantics, a rhythm and blues group that achieved significant success in the 1960s. Garnett's journey into music began in high school, and she later joined a group of male singers who were touring under the name The Supremes. However, after they signed a recording contract with Capitol Records, the group changed their name to Ruby and the Romantics, and in 1963, they scored their biggest hit with the #1 single, Our Day Will Come. The song quickly became a classic, reaching #1 on the Billboard R&B charts and #15 on the Billboard Hot 100. Our Day Will Come became a signature song for Ruby and the Romantics, combining a lush orchestral arrangement with Garnett's smooth, soulful voice. The success of this track propelled the group to national recognition, and they followed it with other hits like My Summer Love and Hey There, Lonely Boy, though none achieved the same level of success as their debut. Despite the group's relatively brief time in the spotlight, their contributions to R&B music remain significant. Following the disbandment of Ruby and the Romantics in 1971, Garnett stepped away from the music scene to focus on her personal life. However, she remained a key figure in the history of 1960s R&B. Ruby and the Romantics were inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2007, recognizing their impact on the music industry, particularly in the realm of R&B and soul. Garnett's voice remains a cherished part of the soundtrack of the early 1960s soul music scene. At 91 years old, Garnett continues to be celebrated for her contribution to music, particularly for her role in bringing soulful pop ballads to the forefront. She is remembered as one of the key female voices of early R&B and remains a beloved figure in the history of soul music. Berry Gordy Jr. Berry Gordy Jr., born on November 28, 1929 in Detroit, Michigan, is an iconic American record producer, songwriter, and entrepreneur who revolutionized the music industry with the founding of Motown Records. Gordy's impact on both the music world and African-American culture is immeasurable, as he helped shape the sound of 1960s pop and soul music and gave rise to numerous legendary artists who would go on to become global superstars. Gordy's journey in the music business began when he worked as a songwriter in the late 1950s, writing songs for artists like Jackie Wilson. However, in 1959, he founded Motown Records in Detroit with an $800 loan from his family. With his business acumen and creative vision, Gordy built Motown into one of the most successful record labels in the world. He created a unique formula that blended pop soul and R&B, making these genres accessible to mainstream audiences, and he played a central role in crafting the Motown sound. Motown became home to a dazzling array of artists who would dominate the charts and transform the music industry. These included The Supremes, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, The Temptations, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, and the Jackson 5, among many others. Gordy was not only a producer and songwriter, but also a visionary who recognized the importance of image choreography and packaging in an artist's success. Under his guidance, Motown became the first black-owned record company to achieve worldwide success, and it played a key role in the integration of black artists into mainstream American culture. Berry Gordy's business strategy and his commitment to talent development made him one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. He produced a staggering number of hits and helped to shape the careers of artists who would go on to become cultural icons. In 1988, Gordy was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing his place in history as one of the greatest pioneers of the music business. At 95 years old, Gordy's legacy as the founder of Motown continues to thrive. His contributions to music and his influence on American culture are immeasurable, and his name is synonymous with the success of one of the most important record labels in history. Gordy's achievements were recognized when he was awarded the National Medal of Arts by President Barack Obama in 2016, and in 2021, he received the Kennedy Center Honors. Berry Gordy's role in shaping the sound and success of Motown ensures that his legacy will continue to inspire future generations of artists and entrepreneurs alike. Dennis Binder. Born on November 18, 1928, in Clarksdale, Mississippi, is an American rhythm and blues musician, singer, and songwriter who carved a unique path through the landscape of blues and soul music. While Binder may not be a household name, his contributions to the development of rhythm and blues, particularly in the Southern and Chicago soul traditions, are significant. Known for his smooth, emotional vocal delivery and versatile songwriting, Binder's music spanned several genres, including R&B, blues, and even country. Binder's music career began in the early 1950s, recording for various labels. However, it wasn't until he connected with Ike Turner's Kings of Rhythm in Clarksdale, Mississippi, that he began making a name for himself. He was a part of the dynamic musical scene that produced many of the greats of the Mississippi Delta blues, blending the traditional blues sound with the emerging rhythms of R&B. His most notable work began in the late 1950s and early 1960s, when he recorded several singles that became popular among R&B and blues fans, including She's Something Else and Quad Song. Binder's career took a turn in the 1960s, when he transitioned from performing primarily R&B to incorporating elements of country and Western music, a genre he began to experiment with more deeply. His ability to cross over between genres allowed him to reach diverse audiences, earning him recognition as a multifaceted artist. His musical range and willingness to blend genres made him a pioneer of sorts, bridging the worlds of R&B and country long before others took the leap. Despite limited commercial success during the height of his career, Binder's influence remains strong among collectors and enthusiasts of early R&B and blues. His recordings continue to be celebrated by connoisseurs of the genre, and his early collaborations with musicians like Ike Turner have earned him a place in the annals of blues and R&B history. In the 1970s, Binder's work slowed down, but he remained a fixture in the Chicago blues and R&B scenes, performing locally and occasionally releasing new material. He also found a resurgence in the 2000s when he released his first full-length album in decades, Hole in That Jug, which featured a blend of blues rock and country influences, reaffirming his place in the history of R&B and blues. At 95 years old, Dennis Binder's legacy as a hidden gem in the history of rhythm and blues is cemented. His work continues to inspire the musicians who seek to understand the roots of R&B and blues, and his unique voice and songwriting style remain a testament to the power of genre fusion in American music. While his name may not be as widely known as some of his contemporaries, his contributions to the genre were instrumental in shaping the soul and blues music that would go on to influence generations of artists. As we look at the extraordinary lives of these legendary R&B stars over 80 years old, it's clear that their music has transcended time and generations. From Diana Ross to Berry Gordy Jr., these icons shaped the very foundation of modern music, breaking barriers and paving the way for future artists. Their contributions continue to resonate today, proving that true excellence in music has no expiration date. Who do you think has had the most lasting impact on music history? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of Black excellence.